Yeah, that's it. Just audio. Great webcam. Yeah, everything defaults. Not a big deal. Don't fuck with it. Pants. Wait, that shouldn't be going through yet. Pants. God dang it, that's early. Wait, that shouldn't be going through yet. Pants. God dang it, that's early. That shouldn't be going through yet. God dang it. Let me mute that puppy. Yes, I clicked the button and sadly Harvey Jr. came out. All right. Yeah, hey, what's up?
Hello, can you hear me?
Hey, yeah, you hear me?
I can't hear you.
You hear me now?
Let me jump off and come back on. I can't hear nothing. Hello?
Yeah, you hear me now?
No, I can't hear you at all.
You can't hear me at all. That's weird. I mean, it's broadcasting fine, so I don't know. That's strange. I mean, it's coming out on the broadcast, right? Because I'm hearing it on the TV.
I don't hear anything. I don't hear your voice. Is your mic working?
Yeah, my mic's working just fine. That's yes.
No, I'm not picking up nothing. I wrote in the chat. I can't hear anything. Let's see.
Well, that's just weird. I don't understand. It should be, like I said, it should be coming out just fine.
I'm gonna have to try to log out and log back in. Maybe that'll work.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump off and come back on, and maybe that'll work.
That's weird. I mean, you guys are so it's like, god dang. Okay, weird. I don't know why it's getting a double. I'm hearing it just once.
Anything? No, I can't hear you. I don't know what's going on. You want to try to start a new Hangout, a new Google Hangout, and see if that works?
Okay, I guess we can try it again. I guess.
Okay, I figured it out. Yeah.
You hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. So there we go. God dang.
Yeah, sorry about that, man.
Okay. Apparently there's an echo. Everyone's hearing an echo in the broadcast.
Yeah, I don't got nothing open up at all. I don't have nothing open. I don't know why it's echoing.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I can't even find your channel on the on YouTube. I'm looking for it.
Okay, let me make sure on something. I don't really. That's just default. Everything's on default. I don't know. I've done this a couple of times on reviews for you.
All right. Yeah, I heard your echo too.
Strange. Okay.
I can let me unplug my headphones and plug it back in.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, it's not a big deal, man. It's cool.
But not anything. Yeah, I hear it too.
Yeah, it's strange. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Make sure everything's turned off in the background.
I'm hearing it too. I don't know why he's doing that.
Yeah, I don't think it's off my side. I guess I'm looking at the meter. It's weird. I'm sure this is
Yeah,
weird.
I'll reset. I'll reset my Google Hangout. See, that'll work.
Okay, cool.
How about now? Anything?
Sounds clean now.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's my internet.
All right. Well, we're good. Hopefully everybody's hearing us fine. Let me go check on there.
All right.
All right, we good now?
I hear you clear.
No, I'm asking them. No, I know we're fine. I just want to make sure they hear it. Okay.
Cyber attack by a virus.
Let me go check on the other thing.
Yep.
Okay, we good. All right, cool. All right, I'll do the actual intro. Welcome to the DJD Show, coming to you live on with the show. I'd like to welcome our guest, Detective Dead. Amazing individual, writer of the Detective Dead comic books. I'm sure some of you might know him as Critias in the chats. He's always having a fun time talking to various people in the Comicsgate community. And now he has his chance to be a big dog and get a hit comic book. And so already I believe it's a hit, in at least in my opinion. So let's try to, pump it up a little more if you would like to. The link is in the description. So it's a fine comic book. If you see for yourself, the artwork's quite nice. So hopefully you enjoy that. It's a Noir comic book. We're going to talk about it now. So, hey, what's up, man?
Nothing. I just here. I just found your channel right now, and I realized I'm not subscribed to you. That's why I couldn't find it earlier.
Oh, okay, it's cool, man. It's not a big deal. You like and subscribe if you want to.
No, I am gonna subscribe. I just because I subscribe to so many people, so I don't know who I'm.
No, I get it, man. No, dude, don't worry about it. Hey, I'm just happy to have you on, and that we got the technical difficulties out of the way.
Yeah, no,
I'd done a test run on this too to make sure everything was cool, but and gremlins, apparently the Russian robots too.
Yeah, right. That's the topic of the day.
I know, man. We're all Russian robots, half of us, and
yeah,
we're just up to no good.
Gamergate and everybody else is all Russian robots. Even Kanye too.
Kanye, man, watch out. Oh man. So yeah, how'd your day go, dude?
It's going good with slow day. Just trying to catch up with some writing.
I got you, man. So that's
Yeah.
going well. Cool. Well, this was supposed to be off air. Well, crap happens. Are you thinking of maybe extending it a little bit?
I was planning to leave the store open.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, I'm gonna do.
I guess I wanted to. Yeah, I want. Okay, this is not promotional anything. YouTube, calm down. I was planning on getting a big one in the hundreds from you, so because I really
Okay.
want to. Yeah, so that's helpful. Is it going to go to next month at least? Hopefully.
It's gonna stay open till April of next year until the book gets ready to get produced.
Oh, really? Cool. So I'll
Yeah.
be able to. Okay, so I'm gonna get like a. I'm gonna get something now, and then I'll get the big one for Christmas later. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's badass. All right, cool, man. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Also,
I'm sure people were asking me, is he gonna kill it right now, or is he gonna keep it open? So, yeah, because like a couple of people want to get the bigger ones. And money's kind of tight now because Shocktober with the video games and little of the holidays. So they're like, I want to buy the book and I want to buy the really good stuff.
yeah,
Right, like the
yeah.
higher tiers, but they're tight for money, a little tight for money. So,
No, I understand. I definitely understand.
and it's not like that. It's like I've been hinting at it nicely to EVS and Jeff. It's like spread out, please, the release dates in the future.
Right.
You're releasing everything at the same time, so we can't buy the really expensive stuff like we'd like to.
Yeah.
So we have to buy the cheaper versions, and we don't necessarily want to do that.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna extend it, and then I have a perk that once this $15,000 perk unlocks, we reach the goal. I'm gonna unlock the $20,000 perk, which is gonna be an exclusive giveaway, but I won't say until the perk is unlocked.
Yeah, you do what you want, man. It's cool.
Right. So I'm gonna probably do the giveaway maybe in December just to give people enough time to get in.
Yeah. Yeah, so they have an idea.
Right.
Because I saw how some people do it. It's like they like to give an idea of how it's going.
Right.
And then from there, it goes. So
Yep. Trust me, people are gonna want to get in on the action when they see what the
is it
perk
going to have just a hint of it? Is it going to be like you must have at least 50 to unlock it, or how's it going to?
You will have to have a physical copy to get on this next.
Okay, so minimum physical copy for the next one. So you
Right.
heard that here first, ladies and gentlemen. Exclusive, thanks to Critias Detective.
Yeah, that is exclusive. Nobody knows that yet.
Nobody knows it yet. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for the cookie.
Yeah. And I guarantee you, when people see what it's gonna be, and when they see one of the items, they're gonna go crazy because they're gonna want it. Hell, I want it for myself, and I don't want to give it away.
No, don't say anything, man. You do it. It's good to build the suspense. That way, people are like, "Ooh, what is it? Oh, it must be really good, right?"
Yeah.
Right. Cuckoo, chew. Well, if you've heard the show, I kind of do stuff like Doomcock. So it's a blend between Doomcock and Phil DeFranco and PewDiePie and a bunch of wacky combos. That's my show. So, yeah, if you've ever seen the Two Ferns thing, the interview is a little crazy, but it's not gonna be too crazy. It's not EVS crazy with the Comicsgate Live. That's just some next level that could happen there. Mike might start crying. Doug might be like, I don't wash my hands enough. You never know what's gonna happen on the EVS show.
Yep, that's so true.
So look at the little list here. Okay, interesting questions.
Yep.
When did you start?
You do sound like a DJ.
Okay, well, I did do it a little bit back in college, and then at the beginning of internet radio. So
right.
So yeah, I've had some experience in the past. Yeah,
you have that voice, so like do like radio and stuff like that. I hear it.
Yep. No, thanks, man. Yeah. And also little tips that Doomcock's giving me on how to do certain voices. Okay. So yeah, these people are all freaked out that I'm not speaking in my normal British voice. They're like, wait a second, he's not speaking British. Why is he not doing that? That's his regular voice when he starts doing the news. Like today, Russian robots apparently invade the planet and all those fun things. And oh wait, what else happened? Oh yes, apparently Gyllenhaal is indeed in Spider-Man. Look at that. Those are actual on the set. Oh my, well, isn't that riveting? And we're going to twirl a cane. Yes, it's a bit, I've been told it sounds like an adult version of Stewie from Family Guy. So, there you go.
That's really good. That is awesome, man.
Yeah, I try my best. But yeah, I've had some, like I said, tips from Doomcock on how to do the voices a little better. So all points to him. And I'm so happy he got 10,000 today. Congratulations, Doomcock. So.
Right, nice, yeah.
I'm happy you're having a fun time so far, man.
Yeah, I am. Trust me.
Very cool, dude.
So we hearing the background noise. That's my kids going crazy.
Nah, don't worry about it, man. Dude, this thing's mellow. I mean, you've been on like Jeff World Class, and or hopefully you will be at an EVS. It's a mellow freaking thing. I don't take it too serious.
Cool.
You only live once.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, have fun and enjoy life, man.
When I go on there, I try to stay a little bit quiet because I don't like people talk all at the same time. I don't want to be rude and cut them off.
No, I get that. No, same here, man. It's when I've done the stuff with world class bullshitters. Yeah, this is PG-13, so if you want to say foul language, it's fine. I've straight up I shut up unless it's like my moment to say something, and then I say what I got to say.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here.
It's like I do the Sean Connery, and I'm like, well, Trebek, your mother's something interesting, and I'm sure she's ridden a lot of horses, and specifically Dion. Ah, yes, Dion, he loves the horses. So there's that kind of fun that happens when I'm on the World Class Bullshitter show. So I do a few other voices. Like,
that's
Harvey,
awesome, man.
Like Harvey Jr. Harvey Jr. is obviously the illegitimate son, apparently, between Doomcock and Captain Jack Sparrow. And what else was thrown in there? Oh, Captain Harkness from Doctor Who. Really, just a little bit of that, too. Oh, well, that's quite the blend. Alrighty then. Oh my. And someday they'll let me out of my box and I'll destroy planet Earth. And obviously I'll start with Kathleen Kennedy and all the fun people at Marvel Comics. Like, I don't know, Gail Simone. I'm sure she'd love a good tentacle somewhere. But oh well, I digress. Pretty much that kind of stuff.
That's awesome, man. I wish I could do impersonations.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just bored as a kid. It just happens.
I grew up watching Merry Melodies, so I
No, you get it. Yeah, exactly. Looney Tunes and stuff. Yeah, man, that was fun. Back in the day, yeah, Mel Blanc with the.
Oh yeah.
With the he had a million voices he could do, man. It was amazing.
That's crazy, right? The man, what was it? That's what they call it, right? The man with a million voices, something like that.
Hundreds of voices he could do, and it was just, and he could just on the fly do it, and it's like, I'm not gonna even try to do Donald Duck right now. I can tell the voice in there. Or Daffy Duck. It's like, man.
I'm looking online for it. Yeah, A Man, 1,000 Voices, Mel Blanc.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of voices.
Yeah, it is a lot. Oh, man. All right, so I'm gonna guess this thing will actually turn on and say we're live, actually. But again, technical difficulties. Harvey Jr. pressed the button or something and let himself out loose a little early, but it all worked out. I mean, similar to how World Class does, he does a little bit of an early thing, gets a good chunk of people, and then actually goes live.
Right.
Yeah, so there you go. It worked out.
That's good. I like it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. All right, cool. So back to the fun.
I'm sorry, man, I threw you off.
No, man, I'm good. Still thrown off by the other fun stuff. Just checking some settings real quick.
Yeah, no problem.
I mean, I'm thinking this thing will just go. Let me check the live control room, what it says real quick to make sure it's what it's saying. It's taking its sweet time. Fun times. Okay, stream. No, yeah, there we go. Okay, stream's okay. Okay, yeah, everything seems fine. All right, cool. No lag. That's nice. Yep, definitely live. Yeah, I would say. All right, cool. Let me get my.
That's cool. I like this. Like, it's different from my, other streams.
Yeah, I know, from the other stuff. Yeah, it's like I said. It's think of it as if you're getting interviewed by Doomcock or something. It's like our Harvey Jr. over here is just gonna have a nice interview with our fun friend Critias, Detective Dead, and we're gonna talk about fun things like when did you start writing comic books? Okay, you answer that question whenever you.
Yeah. You want to hear a crazy thing?
Yeah.
I don't like writing for comics.
I get that, man.
This is what happened. So I usually write screenplays for movies because I was taking up school and I learned how to write video games, and I know how to write movies and comic books and novels. And when I was going to school towards my last year, they told me I had to do a thesis, and I had to pick a between three mediums, which is movie, game, or comic. So I picked movie, but we still had to tell a story for all three mediums. So I wrote Detective Dead,
Oh, nice.
I was like, oh, I don't want to write comic. This is too complicated. So the story was just too good to throw it away. So I said, you know, I'm gonna put it away. So I put the story away, and I just started doing, you know, movie writing. And then a couple of years later, which is like 4 or 5 years later, you know, after watching EVS, and I just felt drawn to give Detective Dead another look, and I looked at the story.
It's fucking good, man.
Yeah, and I just ran with it. I ran with it. So I'm gonna start doing comic book writing. You know, I'm gonna. I mean, I know how to write for comic book. It's just that the format was so complicated when I first tried it. You know.
Yeah, I get that. It's kind of like script writing. It's different. You're used to writing book format, right? And then you go to look for it, and script writing is different. And then you look at comic books, and then that one's different. So you have to there's an adjustment period, and like trying to transition from one to the rest, or I'd say a way of saying is converting, say, a proper book into a comic book. It's a whole different animal because you really got to be choosy about what you use from the original manuscript.
Exactly. Yep. And then you got to figure out if you added too many scenes or if the scenes are too short, you know.
Yeah.
You know, balance it out. One thing I will give it as an advice to people when writing a comic is like I don't like to focus on how many panels are going to be in the scene until I write the page first. I write the page first, and then I take out whatever fat I could, and then I break it down to panels. You know, and then I know how much I got.
Nice. That's badass. Everyone's got their own style, how they want to do it. So
yeah.
All right. All right. Next fun question. Hey, Matt, did you imagine always being here or arriving at this moment in your career?
No, not at all. Like, let me tell you. So I wrote a screenplay called Sword and Stone, right? And it was almost optioned by Amazon Studios.
Oh, nice.
Right, and then I got a, you know, they declined it. They turned it down. They're associated with Warner Brothers, and then they released King Arthur right after I gave them my script. Like a couple of years later, they released King Arthur. I was like, man, I got the feeling they took some of my ideas and made King Arthur, you know. But I never looked at the movie to find out because I'm afraid if it might be true. So you know, man, I just lost my train of thought.
King Arthur. You're talking about King Arthur and the option the movie with Amazon.
Right, but I was trying to go back to your question. You know,
did you always imagine being here in your
career?
Right.
So right. So I wrote it, and then I was trying to break into the industry, and I couldn't break in. So then I contacted the Mike Marvin from the Wraith from the 1980s film. I don't know if you've seen it. And he said, he gave me a green light to rewrite the Wraith. You know,
nice.
So I said, cool. So I started writing it, and I was also enrolled in school at the same time. And I guess somewhere along the line, I started realizing, like, wait a minute, my career is never going to happen. My dream of being a writer is never going to happen. And so I hit a downhill spiral of depression, and I just gave up writing. I said, I'm not going to do no more. You know, and I finished my classes, and I failed one of the classes. I was taking 3 classes, and I failed one of them because my heart was just not into writing or doing assignments or work or doing anything, you know. And I said to myself, I'm gonna have to get a job, you know, and I don't care what I'm doing because this is not gonna work out for me, you know. So then I got this depression, and then I started watching EVS videos. And then when he did the Cyber Frog and the risk that he took with it, I was like, a fire sparked up inside me. Said, you know what do you got to lose to give it one more shot? You know,
exactly.
So I gave it one last shot, and it's working out so far.
Yeah, I'd say it's working out pretty good for you, man. You reached your goal, and now you're gonna get some nice whipped cream and cherry on top. Maybe have some fun. I said, man, if you deliver on this book, I didn't say this publicly, but I think a lot of nice things are gonna happen for you. A lot of nice stuff, man. It looks really good so far, and man, if you deliver on this puppy, get ready for some fun. That's all I got to say to award season. I think, I'm not joking, dude. If because it's a genre that isn't done too often, so I mean, again, it could do really well. And not only that, it's just it's people like what they're seeing, and there's nothing like it really being done properly by any of the comic book places. I mean, Marvel's not doing anything like this. DC's not doing anything like this. At least executing it properly. So you pull this off, man, it's gonna be real nice for you, dude.
Yeah, I hope so.
I'm just happy I helped you along the way somehow.
Yeah, I take up, like a lot of people ask me, I get like messages in my DMs, hey, you want to do live stream? I was like, yeah, I'm down, let's do it. I take any live stream anybody give me, I just asked what time because I like to make sure I can make it because
Yeah.
I try to get on EVS for the to sell the books.
Yeah, they got you. Well, the thing is, it's like you never know who you're going to encounter. Like here, it's mostly retirees and smart asses that are part of my community.
Oh,
so
cool.
I mean, it's like Lando Calrissian. You got your Mr. Pete. You got your Ron Navy. And a bunch of you also got very young individuals like Johnny Five is out in the audience. What's up, Big? There's Johnny Five. There he is, being his smart ass in the chat. I'm hoping he's enjoying the show.
Yeah, I'm cool with everybody. Then I'm
Yeah.
with that. I mean, my friends were wise asses, so
yeah, exactly. So you'll fit right in, man. Don't worry about it. They seem to like what they're watching so far. Cool.
that's awesome.
That's badass. All right. Okay, so back to the fun questions.
Sure.
All right, man. So, would you
19.
like to?
I was at 19 when I lost my virginity. Oh wait.
Okay, no,
That's not the.
no, that's fine. You want to throw that? Wow,
No,
that's late. That's
joking.
actually pretty late, dude. What's that one? God damn. I'm joking.
I wasn't.
I'm pretty sure your
No,
heritage is what? Hispanic, right?
Yeah. I
Yes,
wasn't.
no,
I wasn't about. Yeah, I wasn't about like. I liked the ladies, you know. I just wasn't about that. I was just more about hanging out on the street with my friends and having fun.
Yeah, I get that, man.
You know.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, the heritage. I'm pretty sure we know that by now. But I'm asking the question again. Hispanic, right?
Yeah.
Puerto
Rican. Yeah.
Ok, está bien. No, yo la misma cosa, parte de la familia. Entonces, el otro lado cubano. So, tú sabes.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, Cuban, Puerto Rican here. So.
Yeah, my wife is Dominican.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, the Cubans, fun food. To say, Puerto Rico, olvídalo con puertorriqueño, man. The tamales.
I'm going to ask you a question that might be a little rude.
No, don't worry about it, man. This show is rude if you ever hear it.
You're in Florida?
Yeah, I'm in Florida too,
Bam,
man.
I knew it. When you said Cuba, I was like, this guy's in Florida.
Yeah, we're both in Florida, man. It says it on my Twitter even.
Yeah, I didn't know. I never noticed that.
Yeah, I'm up and down Florida. Well, I hide it real well, right? Because the fun of being a video game channel is also the fun of people saying, "Hey, what's up? How you doing?" And then stupid jokes as you're live streaming, or people knocking on your door saying, "Hey, we'd like to see what you're doing in there." And no, I don't want to be like that with PewDiePie or the fun people. Right. I don't mind the numbers getting up there, but it would be annoying to say, "Hey, can we come in and play with you?" No, I don't want you to come in and play. I don't know who you are. So, yeah, I got to be real careful about it. That's why the whole persona. And I just say Florida, and it's a smart thing in general to do. It's because the internet. It's nice all these people that like us, right? But what about the ones that don't like us? From the Comicsgate thing, what happened with Jeremy, where he got at the convention, and it's just. And I remember the Brightweissers were a little scared at one point. So, yeah, it's a risky thing we do, but got to do it because the fans want to make them happy.
Yep.
So you gotta do what you gotta do. You just hope you have good security when you go to the convention to hang out with the people.
Yeah. So I was telling I got a cousin in New York who's a cop, and I was like, if I ever go to New York to do Comic-Con, I'll call him up and tell him, if you got any off-duty friends that can call me.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Or just go the other route and call some of my old friends, and I don't want to do that. I'm trying to stay away from them.
No, I get that.
No.
So yes, the Hispanic family, amazing food over the years, fun times had fun.
Yeah. It's funny because when you go to Hispanic parties, it's just so crazy.
Yeah, and the music and the dancing.
and everybody taking camera. Was it FaceTime on the cameras and all that?
Yeah, exactly.
In the spotlight.
Yeah. It's an awesome, fun time though. It's
especially the food.
Yeah, the food's amazing, dude. Yeah. It's like and everyone's got their little touch on stuff like arroz con pollo de una gente. Yeah. I'm sure several people know what I'm saying. Arroz con pollo de cierta gente, no lo mismo que otro lugar. Va de una casa a otra y tienen su propia forma de hacerlo.
Right.
No lo mismo en otro lugar.
It's true. And what I like about it is that everybody brings a different plate.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, exactly. It just really adds to the flavor, man. So much flavor. You're like, oh man, that's a good house to go visit sometimes. It's like you just gotta go down every couple of weekends. That's some
Yeah.
good food right there.
We're like, hey, Alex, what are you doing next weekend? I was planning to go to your house.
Exactly. You get that question, and it's like, I'll take, yeah, you're gonna bring some stuff this time, like some beer, maybe some actual food, not just come over and do little mooch acts. You know what I'm talking about right
Yeah,
there.
yeah, for sure.
Oh man. Good stuff.
I love that. You know, the community, the fun time in the community. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
especially the block parties. Oh, I love block
Oh
parties.
man, the block parties are fun, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, the DJs and the freaking and like the old way with the crates and stuff with the vinyl. You
Yeah,
just
and
like
the
take it
big
from one place to
gigantic,
the other. Yeah.
like car-sized speakers.
Yeah, ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
And then always somebody wants to get up on the freaking car and oh man.
And the kids at the pump playing around, and guy
Yeah,
playing dominoes in the
exactly.
corner, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, cool. Well, some of the questions I think we already talked about the store mode. Let me see the
Right.
reach the goals. Oh, you're gonna have various ones, and the exclusive we heard here. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed that.
Right.
So fun times had by all. All right, and the other part of the questions, the film noir stuff, because obviously that's what inspired you to a certain extent, right? Was it the actual books, the noir books, or was it the films like Maltese Falcon?
It's more like the lifestyle of the 30s. I've always been attracted to it since I was a young man, since I was a little boy. I've always been attracted to like the guys wearing suits and the fedoras and the sharp shoes, you know, and the gangster type lifestyle, driving those 1920 T model cars or whatever it is, 30 T model cars, whatever it is that they drive.
Yeah,
like the 4 Model 18, stuff like that, you know. And I've been attracted to that, and I don't know why. And I said to myself one day, I would like to see a story where they take people from like the 1930s and bring them to modern day time, and I try to figure out how will you do it, you know. And that's how I wrote Detective Dead.
nice. That's badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, good thing then when I've been, tweeting your Indiegogo. By the way, links in the description, guys. So if you want to buy his amazing book, and the way he's describing it is amazing, I would suggest you check
Yeah.
it out. Again, link in the description. I'm gonna throw it here again.
Yeah. I plan to write a
Okay.
movie version of it too in
All right, cool.
near future.
Okay, I'm almost shanked that. Let me go get it from the actual website. Almost shanked. I was pulled at EVS. Almost. I didn't, but I almost. I would have thought.
Yeah, I remember that day.
I mean, we got good people here. It's like, yes, I did not pull an EVS and put the link in the chat. Yay, I win.
I'll never forget that. I was like, hey, EBS. I thought, who was it that told me? I don't know who. Somebody told me in the chat. I think it was Corrine or somebody else. She's like, tell EBS that he got the link in the description. And I looked, I was like, EBS, he got the link in the description. By the time he noticed, everybody was already jumping on.
I know, that was hilarious. It's like, no EVS. No, that's not. No, why?
Yep.
Oh, man.
That was a crazy stream.
All right, so what was the other thing? Oh yeah. So yeah, pretty much when I've been linking your Indiegogo, right? One of the things I've been putting is actually the fashion. For the fashion people, because it's true. It's like the way the comic book does things. It at least the way you're showing it, it does have quite fashion elements, like the fedora,
Right.
the coat. So it's like, hey, those people might be interested in, and hopefully, yeah, some of those people have actually bought the thing because they're like, oh, this is a nice book to put on my tables. It's like, and they don't necessarily have to read it, but it looks so cool. That's why your book is so sellable, because it's like, they don't even have to read it, but it'll just look cool being there.
Yeah, I actually got this guy who's gonna do a cover art for me. Like what you see there on the page that do like the cover art, it's not the cover art. That's a promo image.
Oh, okay.
So what I'm planning to do is there's a tier in my Indiegogo for the higher tiers where you get a canvas.
Yeah, I saw it. Or Donald DeLay, right, is doing a
variant cover. He's gonna do a variant cover,
and
then I have another artist doing just a regular cover for the whole book. So the promo image that's there is gonna go to one of the higher tiers where if you order it, you're gonna get a canvas, and that's gonna be one of the pictures.
Oh, nice! Yeah, that's pretty badass.
Right. I can't wait to get that done.
Yeah, that'll be badass.
And then I'm speaking to somebody. I don't want to jinx it yet.
No, don't say it.
I'm speaking to somebody where we're talking about doing a figurine, and I might do that as a giveaway also.
Oh, that's cool.
It'll be one exclusive figurine.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Yeah. Yep. So.
Yep. So, but you obviously did watch a few film noir films, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I have.
I would think so.
Right? Like Last Man Standing. I guess you want to count Gangster Squad, which is recently.
Yeah.
You ever seen that Eddie Murphy one with what's this guy's name with Arsenio Hall?
Yes.
Right. That was one of them I used to watch. I guess you can say The Godfather.
Yeah, the one that's kind of like a comedy where at one point she's like, "Oh, you're gonna shoot my pinky toe."
Right.
That one. Okay. Yeah. That one was funny.
Yeah, there's a few. I just can't think on top of my head,
Yeah, no, I got you, man.
So my favorite one is Last Man Standing. I don't know if you've seen that one before with Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
That's an awesome movie, man. It's ridiculous. That's one of my inspirations. That's why I got the inspiration for the two pistols was from him. So that's awesome.
Oh, that's badass, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is cool. So, okay, so that explains a lot. Now, another thing I want to ask you is, it was a little for some people that are a little confused about this. Okay, so you're saying Detective Dead, but are there some horror elements in it? It's a little scary, right?
No. He's gonna be a zombie. He's gonna be a monster. I said no. He's called Detective Dead because he died, right?
Yeah.
And he came back to life a couple of years later because his body regenerated from decay. Because of the effects of the blood moon. So Detective Dead is given to him by one of his enemies.
Oh, all right. So he's not necessarily undead or anything.
Right. Like like I guess you can say it was I don't know. I don't know how to put it in words, but like he's dead, but he's not dead like zombie dead, Yeah,
it's a different kind of dead.
Right.
Okay, cool.
It's the ability that he has.
So it's more of a noir with again, people could think of it that way, but it's not. It's a noir book with some elements of horror, but not really.
Right.
Or would you say more it's fantasy?
It's more like fantasy, I guess you can say. I mean, like the book starts off from action from the beginning to end. You're gonna be engaged in action like straight through the whole book,
Yeah.
and with good driving story and everything. And I don't want to say horror. I want to say if I was to give it a comparison to a comic book out there, it would be Batman.
Okay, so it's closer to that. So it's much more detective.
Right.
Okay. So
right.
All right.
And the villains, right? And he's got multiple villains. He's got at least like about 13, maybe 12 villains.
Yeah, they got you. Oh, that's quite an assortment, geez.
Right. So you're not gonna get all of them in one shot. You're gonna get them. There's gonna be a series, so you're gonna get them throughout different series.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. That sounds badass.
Right.
Yeah. Like I said, it looks like it's gonna be really good, man.
I hope so.
Cool.
My fingers crossed.
Yeah. Like I said, you got a good art team. It's looking great so far. I mean, the writing seems solid from what I read. At least in the description. Also, the way you talk. I mean, you can just tell someone knows how to write. Just you seem to have it together.
Right. Yeah. It's just a couple of years ago. Yo, what up, son? What's good? Like, I've learned when I was in school because they teach professionalism also. And what I learned is that you got to put aside, whatever personality you got and try to when you engage people. And if you're trying to sell a product, when you engage people, you got to do it professionally. You got to leave everything behind and do your best. And so I had to do a lot of course correcting of my language and my slang and my writing. And it's hard because sometimes I slip up.
No, I get that one. Yeah, it just happens. I mean, and you just deal with it when interacting with people. It's like the way you talk to certain people. Like in the world, is not the way you speak with other people. So and you just got to get used to that over time.
Right. Like I can't talk with people outside of the world the way I talk with my friends. It's like
exactly.
You don't know who you're approaching or how they take things.
Exactly. Like if you say, for example, just as an example, say wanker to one person, it's an insult. To another person, it's a compliment.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're talking about that on Doomcock today, and it just even that alone might offend some people.
Right.
It's like, no, that's the name of the individual's YouTube channel and the character he portrays. Kind of like me with the whole TheDJD show. It's like, who's this who's this guy with the weird voices and vampire look? And that dude's a little freaky initially. You know, like what is this? And then you get to see it, and it's hopefully entertaining time. I don't know. I try my best.
Yeah.
And inside joke amongst
it's like
yeah.
In New York, we use New York. You go to New York, and this is not a lie.
Yeah.
Outside of New York, people think, "Oh, that's racist," but in New York, people say, "Yo, what up, my NIGG?"
Yeah, I get it.
You know.
No,
So
I get that. Yeah, that one in general, I don't think there's any chance. Well, it's also in the toss at YouTube. You got to be careful with it.
yeah, that's what I want to say, because I don't want to
The only way you get away with it is in music, and even then, not really.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, in New York, we use that a lot, especially when you're from the ghetto.
yeah, exactly. You're like, what up, my
Yep.
Exactly. Speaking of other controversial fun, but we're not going to talk about it on a political way. It's a Comicsgate community. Man, that is fun. I mean, it's just hopping from one stream to the other, dude. And it's where I met you kind of. I was like, wow, this guy's different. And I was like, hey, he's quite nice. So he's actually, interactive and stuff, and actually says hi all the time. And I'm just kind of amazed at how do you do that? I mean, it's like it's amazing the way you're able to pull off so many names. It's like, dang, you got some mad skills, man. I haven't seen anybody pull off what you can. It's incredible.
I'm a people person, because I grew up with various people in the I grew up in a Hispanic, Black, White, Asian community. So it becomes to a point where you're friendly with everybody. Everybody knows each other. Everybody says hi to each other. So when I come to the chat, I try to treat it like if I was in my own neighborhood.
Yeah, I got it.
So what I do is I stop the chat from scrolling, and I look at all the names I recognize and I put them in, and I say what up to everybody that I recognize. And then afterwards, I look up for new names because I want to make people feel welcome and comfortable to be a part of Comicsgate.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Because they want to portray us. Everyone that's in a Comicsgate person in a certain way, right? It's like they want to nuke the artist. I mean, you guys, they want to nuke anyone that's reporting the art in a bad way. It's like myself, that Umbrella guy, Yellow Flash, anyone else that does it. Like, we get made fun of constantly, at least with that realm. So they say, you're not you're reporting garbage. Stop it already. You're going to destroy your career, or whatever other excuses. Like, you're never going to work in this business again and all this other crap. And I'm like, dude, this has to be documented. You don't understand. This could be classified as an art movement. Technically, potentially. So historians down the line need to know what happened during this time period. So, you have to describe it. You have to report on it. Douglas Ernst, another guy who was one of the early people who had the guts to talk about it in that fashion. It's like I put on, been putting it up for years. My Tumblr, it's Comicsgate Live, Comicsgate, this stuff. It wasn't called that at the time. It was just, I was just talking about the Riri Williams stuff, or the Captain America stuff, or all that stuff back when, but I'd always publish it. And I was just amazed at what was going on. It's like, why is this happening? Why aren't they listening to fans? It's like, is it really going to take the industry getting damaged or losing people to something else? I mean, or switching from Marvel to DC. It's like, why don't they listen? And it's one of the big ones for me was that drove me up the walls when Frank Cho, right? I was like, you're kidding me for that. And I was actually at that time looking over his art, right? And I was, blogging it on my, blog with the pictures he was working at the time on the sides that he wasn't publishing, but only on his website. And then all of a sudden I hear he's gone, and I'm like, from Wonder Woman, I'm like, you're kidding. And I see what it was for, and I'm like, oh, come on, that's what comic books are. It's like, okay, there's a little bit of TNA, but it's not nudity. So it was like, this was crazy to me. So I was like, at that point, I started researching and just screenshotting everything and documenting it, but I didn't know what the freak to do with it. So that's why I started doing the comics. Well, now I started doing the Comicsgate timeline series on my Tumblr and giving that information. I don't think anything's going to happen to me, but I want to have I've been giving a copy of it to that Umbrella guy. So, so he has the information also that I have. So it's like he knows all the sources, all the, this happened here at this time period, any background information. So it's documented, because it's like historians in the future can be like, okay, this is where it kind of began, right? with these incidents this year, and then it
Mhm.
further kept escalating every year, until, I mean, the full-on explosion that happens between 2017 and the beginning of 2018. I mean,
Right.
those are the 2 years that it really got its legs under it, right? And then you saw what happened with Cyberfrog, and
Yeah.
you saw
Yeah.
what happened with with Malin and Red Rooster and all the
Jawbreaker.
early guys that had the guts to do it, and Zach, your boy, aka, well, we know because of that fun stuff, which I'm not going to talk about, so they don't come after mine. But Richard Meyer, and Richard Meyer's got some guts. What he's doing is very risky. Is
Yep.
he, I mean, but he's, in my opinion, I don't think he's doing it just for himself. He's doing it to protect all of us.
Right.
So
And it needs to be done.
yeah, go.
No, I'm saying it needs to be done. He needs to do it because, like you say, if he wants to make a statement and make a declaration, because right now this is a declaration, you know, to all of them. It's no. Oh, you think that we're gonna just stand here and let you bully us and do all you can and act all wild and we're not gonna react? Because right now I see it as him taking a stand. You know, he's drawing the line. You
Yeah.
know, it's
Yeah.
not. It's no more about talking, no more about reporting. Now he's making a statement. You know, because this is what this is. Because before, you know, everybody reporting it, but what he's doing is like a public statement to everybody, letting the world know this, we're not going nowhere.
Yeah.
You know?
And we're not going to take being,
Right.
seemingly insulted constantly, and all the other fun stuff. Well, you know what I'm talking about. That happens in the background if you happen to be part of the community from the opposing viewpoint of what the atrocity. I mean, the really bad stuff they say on Twitter. And
Right.
plus other things they may say, which I'm allegedly, right? I'm not a disclaimer, not accusing anyone, but the stuff you got to say now to protect your butt, right?
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yep.
uh,
Yep.
it's ridiculous.
I speak my mind. You know, whether they hold it against me or not, I speak my mind. I
Yeah,
don't have nothing to
exactly.
hide and to lose. So
Yeah, I say what I gotta say too. It's like, it's
yeah.
like, yeah, they can go, where.
Yeah.
if you can insult me constantly, I'm gonna do it in a smart ass way though. It's like I do it, I make fun of you with the memes, or I say it by doing a little oh really joke back at them Twitter. But yeah, generally I try not to engage with them unless they come after me. And then that's when I go, okay, I'm going to defend myself because you're not going to just get to go nonstop at me. Oh, man.
Yeah.
And
Like
they're amazing people. And the hilarious part, and it's like big personalities that you're just shocked by. It's like Gail Simone just going to the woodshed on like some little Twitter personality and just saying, oh, I don't quite like this about your comic book. And then it's not just her. It's like everyone that's her Twitter follower then gangs up on that person. And that's what they've all been doing. Like that's kind of what they did to Zach, what they've done to EVS. I mean, the whole thing with EVS, remember when he had to shut down his Twitter for a while because all of Gail Simone's followers just went after him. And there's documented evidence of this. So it wasn't right. It's like he didn't do anything wrong. He's just chilling, doing some, just making some comic books.
Right.
Oh, man.
Yep. And that's the way they are. You know, they pick their target, they do a mass harassment campaign, and then they walk away like it's okay. You know?
Yeah. And then they think they can get away with it. And then they do it over and over again. And they do it to anybody. And it doesn't matter the size of your Twitter, the size of your channel, how famous or infamous you are, they'll do it to you. And that's just how they operate. And the ridiculous part to me is the person executing this is part of a professional corporation. They're part of Disney. They're part of, Warner Brothers. And I'm like, this is nuts. How can they get away with this and it have no ramification on their job? Because anybody else does it.
Right. I think because somebody's covering up their tracks so it doesn't reach the big guys, Yeah,
or the big guys are like, well, it's not affecting our money in their minds.
Right.
So they're letting them do it.
Until they're like, for example, IDW, that company is going downhill.
Yeah, it's not pretty, to say the least.
And Marvel's following right behind them.
Well, they're not number one anymore, and that's a statistical fact. I mean, a few people have said that the Umbrella guy several other. You could just research it. I mean, you just look it on the internet. Is Marvel #1 anymore? No, they can't fake that. There's no way across the board, right? As of right now, Marvel is not #1 anymore. Guess who's #1? DC, because they're not nuking their fans on the level that Marvel is.
Right.
It's crazy to me.
Yeah, like, you know, like if IDW falls and Marvel follow right behind, DC's gonna make sure they ain't going nowhere, and they're gonna do whatever it takes to make that happen. You know, which means listen to the fans' voices.
Yeah,
you know?
that's why they're making the money. I mean, they're listening to the fans. That's why Comicsgate is making money. They're listening to the fans and they're interacting with the fans, and they're taking ideas on how to do things better.
Yep, and I hope we take over this industry faster.
Hey, if it keeps up at this pace, I mean, the trajectory is quite nice for the people associated with Comicsgate, comic books, and
the community is growing.
Yeah, the community is growing, and people
going
are
through. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, man.
No, I was gonna say that it's growing through world-class boosts, shitters, and it's growing through, through Comic Artist Pro Secrets. Is going through that Umbrella guy. Is going through our Becca's Mike. Everybody's got their own channel, but they're all hearing the same message.
The Aloha Hour is great. I mean, it's just you're at the end of the workday and you just mellow out, and Mike just talks stuff, and we just chill out. And then Edwin Boyette's there. I mean, Ed's amazing. Him and Mike, it's just fun times had by all when they do the Aloha Hour.
For sure. And the thing is that everybody that that goes to these different YouTube channels, they all hearing the same message. That there is a forced agenda, forced narrative forced on us through these comic book stories, and they see it. The people see it. They just don't know what to do about it, what to think about it. Until they come across the YouTube channel, they're like, oh, okay, now I get why I'm finding something different or weird or uncomfortable about reading these stories.
Yeah,
that I used to enjoy.
Yeah, it's typically a good experience when you go in there and interact.
Right.
I mean, I can't think of at least of any of the channels we hang out in. Like I said, Mike, Malin, EVS, World Class. It's typically the Umbrella guys. It's normally a very nice experience, enjoyable by everybody. Is it family friendly? Well, no, I would say not. I'd say it's at least PG-13, especially when sexual chocolate's into his house. I mean, Antonio's in the house, and they talk about Brand and from Akari Press. It's a fun time had by all. And watch out, Zashi's in the house. Really an experience.
When Cecil's out, is loose.
Cecil, oh man,
Cecil rectum.
Forget about it, man. And Cecil plus Nurkish, God, man, that was fun times a couple of months ago, and they were both talking. That was good stuff. I miss Nurkish. I know he's back, but I wish he'd go on air a little more.
Yeah, he wants to cut down and try to focus on his show a little bit.
Yeah, no, his show's going well, but it's funny. I mean, it's a weird show. It's a little different.
Yeah,
but it is funny.
Yeah, I like his first show was pretty good.
C for Cecil. I like saying all the time when I go in the chats. It's up to Cecil's channel. I don't get how that guy doesn't have more. He's hilarious.
He should start streaming again his channel. That's what I'm thinking. He should do it again.
Yeah,
he got the fan base already.
Yeah, he's got a lot of fans. Everybody knows him. I mean, anytime we go in any of the channels, I mean, there's always the Cecil. There's the Cecil stuff, or Cecil for Cecil, or Cecil is love, and all.
Yeah.
So, oh man. So speaking of that, like, man, it's been fun. Let me see how long we've got. I think we've got a good amount of time. Everybody check out his book. It's like I said, to me at least, it seems pretty solid. It's a good, fun book. The artwork's nice. Hopefully all goes well. Of course, I'll update the information on his book over time. See how it's going. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself, man.
Yeah, I did. I actually had fun. There's gonna be an update this Friday on the page that I'm gonna be getting in, and I hope everybody enjoys it. It's a good surprise.
All right, cool, man.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going off air soon.
All
right. Talk to you later.
Yeah, thanks everybody for being here. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, have a fun day. Thanks for coming. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself. We had a few laughs. Talked about comics book. Talked about the Russian robots for a brief second. We're not robots. All right, Critias is not a robot. I am not a robot. I don't know if anybody out there watching is a robot, but at least we're not robots. Okay? We're actually real people. All right, guys. Thanks for coming.
See you later.
Have a fun day. See you.
Yeah, everybody's crazy out there. You know.
Yeah, I know.
Calling people Russian robots that's a far reach. That's a stretch, man.
I know they stretch it like there's no tomorrow. We make sure this thing's turned off. I don't need another 17-hour stream that happened by accident one time.
Yeah, right. Really?
Yeah, it just kept going after I turned it off. I was like, turn off.
Wow. I think it's still going.
I think it's still going. Yeah, it's going to turn itself off soon, supposedly. Anyway, yeah, I had that as a backup in case it bugged like last time. Yeah, his last time it bugged, and I was like, no.
Everybody saying you're still alive.
No, I know we're still live. I can tell because I haven't seen the thing turn the off button.
You know, that's funny. It happened to Mitch earlier too. He was live and he turned it off and it just kept rolling.
Yeah, it's a bug that happens sometimes. It's annoying with YouTube.
Right. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think the bug's happening. Sadly. Let me go over here. Yeah, I think it's bloody doing it again. God, I love it. That's why I had the automatic turn off at 9 o'clock just in case.
So that guy, man, Midnight Edge After Dark, man, that guy is always harassing me. He's always stalking me, sending me messages. I don't know what to do. I'm scared. I'm scared for my life.
Scary individual.
Yeah.
You know he's a vampire, right?
Oh, don't tell me that. I don't want to live forever.
Yeah, well, if he bites you, you're going to live forever. It actually be your character then.
Oh my goodness, real life detective dead.
That'd be hilarious. Oh man.
Yeah, he said if you close all your windows, just stop.
Let me see over here.
Well, all right, guys. See you guys later.
Yep. See you, man.
But I'm dead sexy. All right. I appreciate you having me on, man. That means a lot. Thank you so much.
Yeah, dude. No problem, dude.
All right, you have a good night.
Had a fun time. Yeah, have a good night.
Thank you.
Yep. All right. Let me see if this puppy turns off.